Welcome back, guys. I know I am so sorry. I really am. I just, I have no control over this, right? I just don't understand, though. I can't fathom it as to why the feed must drop like this with a 4 gig, 4G network that I'm using on Flow, right? The data plan or not. I just don't get that. You want to hear something ironic, guys? So yesterday, you know how many times the signal dropped yesterday, right? So I called Flo after the program to find out from them exactly what's going on. Guys, in the middle of talking to Flo, talking to the customer service representative, the call dropped. Can you believe it? I found that so ironic. I was like, okay, so I tweeted to them. I was like, really, Flo? So on the one hand, the feed is dropping for the internet, and also the phone calls are dropping. Get your act together, please. Oh God, I tell you, never a dull moment around here. Yeah, so I am sorry about that. Yeah, it is what it is, right? We just have to work with it. Guys, this is teaching you patience. For those of you who don't have any patience, watch this. This will build up your patience muscles, eh? Yeah, it will build up your patience muscles. Yeah. So, anyways, as I was saying to you guys, I was giving you the breakdown with regard to the 252 cases that we have in Jamaica, right? And I told you that we had 131 for Alorica, but I was saying to you that number could increase because we have 9 cases that there are no identity attached to them. We don't know whether they're men, women, boy, girl, whatever, where they're from. We have no information, right? So as a result of which, this 131, expect that tomorrow when I give you the news, it's going to be more than 131 at least because we know that out of that 9, there's going to be at least one Alorica. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I'm just being realistic, guy. You understand that, right? I'm just being a realist here. Yeah. Mhm. So, continuing. So, there are 230 persons in isolation, right? And there are 71 in government quarantine. Right. And we have 28 who have recovered. So the numbers are growing, guys. Persons are recovering, right? And there are only still 6 deaths. No more deaths, right? We don't want any more deaths. We want people to recover, and they can recover. Okay, they can, even if they're elderly and have underlying conditions. Okay, when I give you that St. Lucia report, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Yeah. And according to the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jacqueline Biseso McKenzie, of the 252 cases, 3 are of health workers, that those are in the field, right, like a nurse and so forth, right? And 7 are from the office, that the head office at New Kingston, where we had that confirmed case where Mr. Brian was placed in isolation, in quarantine. So 7 of them, which is 6 plus that one, yeah, we call the index. They call him the index case, right? That primary person was confirmed and then gave it to the other 6, so 7 in all at the Ministry of Health. Yeah. And according to Dr. Tufton, in response to questions concerning Tuesday's commissioning of a COBA 6800 machine, guys, that basically can test faster, right? It will increase Jamaica's capacity to test for the COVID-19 by over 1,000 per day. This machine can test over 1,000 per day. You know how right now, from this thing I started on to now, we've only tested 2,125. So you do the math now, guys. With this machine, 1,000 per day. Yeah. And so Dr. Tufton says that the staff, they've all been trained. So they can use the machine. They know how to use the machine. They know how to do the calculations and all that good stuff, right? Staff has been trained and everything is up and running and it's ready to roll. Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. And that's a major development, of course, he says. Agreed. But here's some troubling news, guys. There are serious concerns from the health sector about the heightened discrimination associated with the COVID-19 pandemic. This was brought to light by a senior public health nurse during the digital press briefing yesterday. So So they had on the program yesterday, guys. Oh my God, this woman, I'm telling you, if every nurse was like her, and I lift my hat to you, nurses, but you know, some of you, they're not too bright, right? That's just the truth. You know that. But majority are, and including this nurse who was on the program yesterday at the briefing. Oh my God, she was so succinct. She was so knowledgeable, and she explained things that even a 2-year-old could understand what she said. And I'm gonna give you some tips, guys, some information that she handed out in terms of, like for example, did you know that you should only wear your gloves for every 4 hours and then discard it? Yeah, I learned that yesterday while watching that briefing. The nurse said your mask should only be worn for a maximum of 4 hours. That's what she informed persons when they go on their contact tracing. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that contact tracing in a little while. Yeah, because I got some valuable information from her concerning that I'm gonna share with you. Knowledge is nothing if it's kept to oneself. Yeah, must be shared. It must be applied. All right. So yeah. So she said basically that when she goes out, her team, they're very concerned because what they're discovering is that there is discrimination out there, guys. People are discriminating against persons out there, right? She said that persons are basically hiding their addresses. They're not telling where they live, okay? And they have to meet them sometimes, covertly, under this, in disguise, basically in areas that are neutral, away from home. So persons will not know because once persons when they come into the community, and the person know that they're the health ministry, they start to say, who are you here for? Who has COVID here, and starting to get boisterous, and they want to burn people's houses down and all these things, guys. Okay, so I'll give you my 2 cents on that to continue. And one individual, we did not want to identify him because he's a young guy, but because of this discrimination, his identity has been withheld. He told Dr. Tufton that he was made to feel bad by community members in the wake of testing positive for the new coronavirus. He said, I'm quoting him now, they behave like I'm the one that created the virus. Or they would say, me no know about it. Me know about it and me did I spread it because me want people for dead. That's what he said, right? Which is not true, he said, right? Them talk how me wicked and me for dead. Yeah? Either this guy is 20 something, right? And he says that basically even his own family members, not just strangers in the community, but even his own family members, he feel bad like I did something wrong when I did nothing at all wrong. I have spent sleepless nights crying and praying that I don't infect anybody, he said. Of course, Dr. Tufton, having heard that, in response, he said he was warning persons. He said, listen, I don't want to hear about any cases of persons threatening anyone because they have the virus. I'm quoting him now. He says, we ask Jamaicans, don't assume those who have the virus have brought it in, created it, are somehow cursed, have somehow sinned, have somehow deserved it, are bringing a plague on your community or your household. None of us are immune to the virus, he said, right? We really need to cut the hate. I really do not want to hear about any case of persons threatening people, abusing people because they hear they have the virus. Yeah? So be warned. The minister is warning them. You don't want them to bring out any more laws to cover that. Okay, so just act like how God wants us to act with love and compassion, and let's deal with that. Okay.